A wise person once said that volunteers aren't paid not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless.
Walking among us are the unsung heroes of Hampton Roads, extraordinary people making extraordinary differences. Tonight, we profile some of them. This is What Matters. Good evening, I'm Kathy Lewis. Welcome to this special edition of What Matters. Once again, WHRO and Dominion Virginia Power have set out to find some of those people who move quietly among us, leaving a lasting legacy. And tonight, we bring you the stories of those honored at the 3rd Annual WHRO Community Impact Awards.
3 years ago, Dominion came to us with this wonderful idea to celebrate these unsung heroes. These are people who are on the ground doing amazing work. So when you hear their stories, I think you'll be as impressed as I have been hearing their stories.
The ceremony recognizes people and organizations throughout the region making extraordinary differences in the world around them. In the realm of education, 4Kids in Norfolk is an organization that helps end the cycle of homelessness one family at a time. It's intensive work with paid staff and volunteers working closely with each family. Dominique Gaudette is the first honoree for her work with 4Kids.
What makes me proudest about working with 4Kids is that we actually get to see the difference that we're making in the lives of children and their families. I am the Hot Meals and Homework Specialist for Chesapeake. And Hot Meals and Homework is a tutoring program, and it's offered to the children of the families that are receiving assistance through our homeless prevention program. And they come to tutoring on Tuesdays and Thursdays for an hour and a half. And after tutoring, they receive a meal that's donated by a local restaurant for that night to feed the entire family.
One of the big stats that we fight at 4Kids is the national statistic that only 1 in 4 homeless children graduate from high school. Through Hot Meals and Homework, we're trying to keep all of the attainment that the kids succeed through the residential programs. We're trying to keep that going after they exit our residential programs and through the prevention program. So Dominique is a big part of that success that we achieve every day at 4Kids.
I had a child when they first came to me who couldn't read. And so we practiced and we practiced and we practiced every day until finally she was able to read. She needed less and less of my help. Her teacher would send notes saying, hey, she's on her reading level. So getting to see the difference that we make makes me proud.
4Kids makes a lot of difference for kids to me because it helps kids parents that can't afford tutoring, that needs extra help, they can't get it, and it's a good program for kids. Extracurricular activities, keep them out of trouble after school. When some people, parents are still at work, give them time to get home from work and get their kids.
I am really proud of Dominique, and 4Kids as a whole is proud of Dominique. You know, we celebrate a lot of things at 4Kids where we do kudos and we celebrate our staff. But just to have Dominique on another level as far as being celebrated, and for her to be actually submitted by volunteers says a lot about her and the difference she has on volunteers and on children. So this is great for 4Kids and Dominique.
For most of our kids, it's the first time in their lives that they've been caught up and they're showing up at school prepared for school. And that, for our kids, is really unusual, and they're tremendously bright. And most people don't realize that these children are as talented and capable as they really are.
Any type of progress that a family makes while receiving services through 4Kids, that's making a difference to us. If they leave our programs and they're entering stabilized housing in the community, that's progress for us. If a child comes in and they raise their grades while they're receiving assistance through our tutoring programs, that's making a difference to us. So even the small things, baby steps, that shows us that we're making a difference.
Dominique has done a lot for me and my family. She's an outstanding young lady. She's a caring young lady. She has a big heart, and she just goes above and beyond for everybody.
I come in and the kids greet us with warm smiles. They run up to us. They're happy to see us. And actually sitting down and working with them, developing that relationship and that bond with them, that puts a smile on my face.
Jeff Turner is the head of the Blackwater Nottoway Riverkeeper program. Turner's efforts have brought greater awareness of the river's importance to the environment. And in the environment category, this year's Community Impact Award goes to Jeff Turner.
Well, Jeff is one of the relatively few river keepers in the country. It is a national organization. He is a river keeper with a capital R. It's an organization that's funded publicly. We do our best to see that he gets adequate funding, and also he needs some equipment. He needs a good outboard motor, for instance, and a decent boat.
The whole river was just trashed down here from the City of Franklin stormwater ditches. And so that really upset me, and I just started looking into what I had to do something about it. And I heard about the Riverkeeper program, the Waterkeeper Alliance. I had to contact Robert F. Kennedy Jr. about this, and he was the president of the Waterkeeper Alliance at the time. And I told him I wanted to be a riverkeeper.
He has done so much to create an environment that is cleaner than I've ever seen it in my 80 years around here. And it's just amazing what he's been able to accomplish. And he knows exactly what happens day and night, and he even knows some of the names of the frogs out there, I think. It's incredible how many people volunteer to go down here on those days that we had the river cleanup. These rivers are cleaner than any of us have ever dreamed it would be.
For lack of a better word, I guess, happy. I'm the happiest I can be when I'm out here. I love it. Especially, I like coming out here and showing people the river and trying to get people, interested in it. Certainly after my accident, I wanted to, I was scared I would never fish again and be able to go back on the river again, and it was a proving grounds to me, I guess I'd say. I liked coming out here and facing the challenge of my physical disabilities. When I'm driving and picking up trash and stuff, I drive right up on logs. I had to crawl around and do all kinds of crazy things most people wouldn't have to do. It's just how bad you wanted to do it. I wanted to do it bad. So.
As a person, I think the world of him. He does what few, if any of us, would agree to do. He tries to keep these rivers, and you can see in the background how pristine they are, to keep them clean. And he'll attack any kind of refuse or anything that doesn't belong naturally in this river. He wants to clean it up, and does.
That's a big piece of wood right there. This is going to be heavy duty.
His life is the riverkeeper, and everything, he devotes his life to it, and he has.
He's really cleaning it up not only for us, but for people who are downriver, and the world, for that matter.
It's changed my life, good fashion, I would say, on a lot of fronts.
Judy Head is the founder of an organization called Ramps Across America. As a double amputee herself, Judy Head has overcome her own personal limitations to find a life in service to others.
When folks that can walk on their own or under their own power think of independence, they think of going grocery shopping and clothes shopping. And for folks that are in a wheelchair or have mobility restrictions and need a ramp, independence can be something as simple as sitting on your front porch and listening to the birds sing.
Ramps Across America is a very special organization. First, because of Judy Head, who founded and chairs the Ramps Across America program. But she reaches out and helps so many people, first in our community, here locally, building ramps for folks who need access to and from their homes, which is very important, but also her vision for Ramps Across America really reaching people throughout the United States.
When I learned that Judy and Ramps Across America had received the WHRO Community Impact Award, I was thrilled, because I think a lot of times volunteer organizations, they're unsung heroes. We give a lot of time and money and effort to help our community and to make our communities better and to give people their freedom and mobility. Judy works tirelessly for the organization and for the community. She gives until it hurts. Judy never thinks of herself. She's always thinking of that next person who can't get out of their home.
Judy has always served in an exemplary fashion. Whatever she agrees to take on as a project or job, she's going to give it 110%. And she continues to do that with the Ramps Across America organization. So it just really, I think it's a wonderful asset to the Hampton Roads area.
Judy has reached out to so many folks in the community with really nothing for her to gain. And just as a good citizen and as a person with a phenomenal vision for helping others, it's just fantastic. It's the perfect person to receive this award.
Judy was an inspiration to me. The entire time that I ran the Riverside Rehabilitation Institute, she was always there, helping new amputees, giving them hope, talking to them about life after not having your legs.
I encourage everyone, if you have a spare minute or hour or half hour, to get out there and volunteer. Volunteering is something that benefits not only the people you're there to help, but it truly benefits the volunteer. And this is an opportunity to have a positive impact in the community and really feel good about what you're doing too.
There's nothing more stimulating than making someone else's life better. You never expect a big thank you. However, I will say that this community award has made me so proud that a dream I had 17 years ago has come to fruition and has been recognized by the community as something beneficial and worthwhile, and to leave a stamp on the earth.
This year's Regionalism Award goes to the Executive Director of the Consortium for Infant and Child Health. Amy Paulson's work has helped to reach across geographic and socioeconomic barriers to work together to improve children's health in the region.
The Consortium for Infant and Child Health, or people locally call CINCH, is a regional collaborative organization that focuses on children's health. And what makes us unique is that we don't just look at one neighborhood or one city. We look across the region and we think about how can we work together to improve children's health.
About 5 years ago, the YMCA decided that youth obesity was really an issue that we wanted to tackle. And we were looking for partners in the community on who might be the best for us to partner with. And at the time, EVMS is who we had decided to reach out to. And they put us in touch with Amy Paulson of CINCH. And so she came on board, and over a series of 5 years we got together, talked, we went through initiatives on how we can reach out to the kids in our community to make them healthier, related to movement and nutrition. And that's just one very small snippet of the kind of the partnerships that we've done over the years.
Amy is very passionate about what she does with CINCH. You can tell right off the bat when you meet her, and when Amy starts talking about children and their health care and what we can do as professionals and as just individuals to help the children in this area to improve their health, to live better lives. Amy is very passionate about that.
Part of what CINCH does to facilitate the infrastructure across the region is really to act as the cog in the wheel, to bringing people together and helping them understand how they fit into a particular children's health issue. Lots of times we look at a children's health issue in isolation. We say, well, what's happening at daycare, or what's happening at school, or what's happening in public housing? And what Cinch does is bring all these partners together to look at an issue that impact that child, where they go, where they live, where they learn, where they play, and bring them together to figure out how do we address this issue as the child moves throughout our community.
That's one area where Amy is so proficient in, because she has no boundaries. She doesn't look at one specific community and say, that's where I want to target our efforts. She really has never honed in on one particular part of a community that she wants to put all of her efforts in. And that's a real blessing, because it's hard to find someone that has that passion to really look out for the well-being of children in general, no matter where they live or what part of the population they come from.
She has provided me with a lot of enthusiasm for the goal that we're working towards together in this particular area to improve the health of children in this region. She's easily accessible. You can call Amy anytime. She offers her help pretty much 24 hours a day.
She really is the melting pot of bringing folks together from various entities throughout the community and different facets. And I've been in several collaborative meetings where she's part of that. She brings us all together in a great positive way.
What makes me the proudest is when we come together and people realize that we can do more together than we can apart. There's value to partnership. We're not just the sum of our parts. 1 + 1 when you're working collaboratively is 4, and 4 + 4 is 10. And there's real power in community. And being able to harness that power and help others to realize that when we harness that power, we can do amazing things.
And finally tonight, social justice. Love and Caring Ministries was founded by Maria Santos more than 20 years ago. And those who are served by her ministry say it's unconditional love and servant leadership that have made the difference.
I met Miss Maria very early in 2000, and at the time I had a toddler and a teenager, and we was going through some hardships, and someone told me about Miss Maria, so they asked me to come out to the shelter and visit Miss Maria, and which I did, and it was truly a blessing. She didn't know who I was, but she offered her help to me.
I started loving Caring about 17 years ago. It's going to be in May 17. I went to school to learn how to speak English, and I find a man behind the 7-Eleven, and I felt it was a hot day, and I felt I need to go and talk with him. And all start like this until one day I find a mother with 4 children, and I came home crying and asked God, I can go back and feed the children. And the Lord promised me to give me the home, and He did it. And a month and a half after, we got this home, and we already helping over 2,000 women and children, and it's so beautiful what God is doing in their lives.
I wanted to show this because this is how I started. Feed the homeless. This man, remember how I fed him and how I take care of him. When he got money, he blessed us with this picture for me never forget.
I met Maria here at the shelter. I needed a place to stay. I was sleeping in my car when I first arrived here. I wanted my own place, but I was at peace here. I was at peace here, and I knew that, nothing bad was going to happen to me here. I was safe.
Love and Caring, we have the house, have 5 bedrooms, and 4 bedrooms is for the mothers with the children. And a big room, we call a prayer room, is a singles. We have 6 beds. And I love the farm. I grew up in the farm, and I love animals, and I love it. I just love it here, I don't stay here. I have my house,
but my heart is here.
It's definitely a home away from home. I know it's a shelter, but it's more like a family. What I was and how I was last year is a complete 360 to what I am now. So, and I do credit to this place. And I just thank Maria because I'm a better person from what I was, which is a good thing.
They've instilled values that, I'm an older woman and I kind of blew off during my life, but now I've gotten back into the person I want to be, and they gave me myself back. She loves the little children and her animals. She loves the children, and she will do anything she can to make life easier for everybody.
See them come over here and have a heart broke and then leave happy because we have the time to give them some love.
It's a blessing knowing Miss Maria. It's a blessing, a true blessing.
A wise person once said that volunteers aren't paid not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless. The individuals and organizations that we've recognized today are giving priceless gifts of service to their communities. They're committed to a way of life that is grounded in compassion, unselfish caring, and purposeful action, and I think they deserve one more round of applause.
We need the help of the community. Programs and services that we have, we couldn't have those in place if we didn't have the support of the community.
More people be involved. We need help. And then everything.
I would encourage anyone to take that leap of faith and step out of your comfort zone and help someone in your community. Find something that you think would warm your heart and that you see as a true need. And I promise you that you will benefit more, both socially and spiritually, and grow and want to do more. Just think if you were in someone else's shoes. We are all just a minute away from being where another person is that needs our help. And if we look at it in that way, that it could be us one day, even though it's not in our plan, then we can encourage ourselves to move forward.
When you come together as a community, it's going to be messy, but it's probably also going to be fun, and it's probably also going to be effective, as long as they're patient enough to wade through the personalities, the politics, and the different issues and barriers that we have when we work as a region.
I think I'll keep on doing it as long as I can until I can't crawl out here no more. Somebody has to eventually come rescue me, and I'm going to have to call it quits after that. But I'll do it as long as I can.
So, do you know of an individual who is making a positive difference in Hampton Roads? Visit our website, whatmatters.tv, and share your suggestions with us. There you'll also find lots of ways to be in touch with us, both online and by post. Our street address is 5200 Hampton Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia, 23508. I'm Kathy Lewis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time for another look at what matters.